Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Healthy Happy Hour Kitchen. Today we're making chicken piccata, and I've already started getting some chicken breast ready, and I'll show you how to do this. Of course, you can see these came from Quality Foods, and they're jumbo chicken breasts. These things are massive, and so we're going to put this in here like this, and we are going to cut horizontally using a boning knife. That's the best thing to use on something like this. We're just going to cut this in half. Now I'm going to lay that right there. I've already done that with that half. Now, in order to be able to get these thin enough to cook quickly, we're going to be pounding them out. So, got my handy pounder here, and we're just going to pound these things down to maybe 3/8 inch thick, something like that, something about 3/8. And we can reuse this again. So let's see, they're going to tear. Let's take that one aside and put this one in. And we're going to pound it down. So it's already thin on that one end, but this other end we got to work with. So we're going to pound that down a little bit. Now, chicken piccata, it's an Italian dish. Started out as veal piccata. And they found out that chicken tasted just as good. I'm going to throw this in the trash right quick. I'm going to get some oil started. But chicken piccata, what it means, piccata actually means to pierce or to prick. And that was what they did with the veal. They would take it and they would tenderize it by pricking it or by piercing it. Well, with chicken, you don't have to do that.
Okay, so you got 2 eggs.
So I'm putting 2 eggs in, and this is a little backwards from what we normally do when we fix something. Along with this, I'm putting in 2 tablespoons of milk, and I'm going to whisk this together. Now, I've already got my arrowroot flour over here, and as you know, arrowroot is so much better than all-purpose flour or self-rising or any of those. They are so enriched. Arrowroot flour is not. Oh, I could have saved $1.25 right there on that coupon had I known that when I bought it. But anyway, arrowroot, Bob's Red Hill, they're at all the stores. Quality Foods obviously has it, so check it out there. And arrowroot starch flour is one of the best, and it's unrefined, so you don't have to worry about all of those things that come up with refining things. Now, I'm going to get a little oil going here. I am mixing olive oil, which has a low smoke point, with a little canola oil because I don't want to burn.
Okay.
So we're trying to do that. So we've got that's going in, and we're going to season both sides of our chicken. And I'm just going to do this each one individually. Both sides of our chicken with just a little bit of salt and pepper. And of course, I have measured this out, so I'm not putting my hand back in my salt container. Now, we dredge it in the flour mixture. I want to spread this out, or the flour, and I want to put just a little bit of salt in my flour, too.
Bonnie Standridge is watching.
Bonnie, hey, hadn't heard from you in a while. Hope everything's going well with you.
And Ashley Gregory.
Of course, Ashley's watching. I knew she'd be watching. She always is. And so we got that going. I want to get that coated well. Now, we take off all of that. Now we dump it in this. Again, this is backwards than what most people do. Usually you do the egg wash first, then you put it in the flour. Well, we're doing just the opposite. So we're going to put that in there over medium-high heat. And we're going to do the same with the rest of these. Well, I've already got this one salted and peppered. This is a big piece of chicken right here.
You're spilling it on the floor.
Well, honey, I got a vacuum. I'll get it up later. Some things you just can't be really careful with. Just wait till I drag this thing over to the skillet in the pan here. You talk about messy, it's going to be messy. All right, so I'm going to allow this to drip off. Boy, I'm getting my hands all messy for sure too. I'm going to allow the excess to drip off. That's going to go in the pan.
Can you get all of those in that pan?
I have no idea. I'm going to check it and see. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I was telling you about piccata. Chicken piccata it's a purely Italian dish. They started making this because it was so much easier to use capers. Now, capers is a big part of this. Capers is sort of an Italian spice. I guess you call it a spice. And so I think this is going to be the last one I'm going to be able to get in.
I think it is too.
That we're going to have to leave one of those for later. That'll be something for Debbie and me for tomorrow night. Okay, so we're going to put that in. All right, so we're going to let these cook 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm going to wash my hands right quick. And the piccata, it became popular with using chicken when veal production actually went down in Italy. So they started using piccata as a chicken form in order to do that. Now we've got this cooking right here. Pardon me, sweetheart. We got that cooking right there. We're going to cut some lemon slices, and I'm going to do that with my, let's see, I'll use this knife. I'm going to cut half that lemon, but I'm going to cut some slices. So I'm going to make about 3 or 4 good slices here off of this lemon.
Your knives scare me.
Why is that,
Because
sweetheart?
they're so sharp.
Tell you what, I always learned in Boy Scouts, a dull knife will cut you quicker than a sharp knife will.
Roger Murray's watching.
Oh, hey, Roger. Hope you're doing well today. Hope everything's going good on your end of town. So we've got that cooking. We want that to cook sort of through, but not completely, because we're going to put that back in just a little while. All right, I've got my lemon slices in right now. I need to let this cook 3 to 4 minutes per side. Here are those capers I was talking about. And you can buy capers 2 ways. Always buy the ones that are in salt juice, brine, in brine. Yeah, always buy the ones that are in brine. They're capers, and they taste very, very salty. So that's a good thing. Now, while this is going on, we're also going to be making this over some zoodles. And so I'm going to spiralize these zoodles. Again, if you haven't got a spiralizer, it is the coolest thing ever. And it generates such good things. You know, you can even get zoodle dishes now at Olive Garden. I think Debbie and I are going on a little anniversary trip up to New England to see the leaves in October, late October. And so we may stop at an Olive Garden and see if we can procure some zoodles at one of the nice Olive Garden places. Yeah, we're going to Massachusetts and Vermont and New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut. We're going up I-81, up the Shenandoah Parkway. It's just going to be a whole lot of fun. We're excited about that. And we're going to drive. You know, usually we fly somewhere and or stay at an all-inclusive resort or something like that. We decided this time we wanted to see everything for ourselves. We wanted to drive, and we wanted to just enjoy nature as we go along. So we've got obviously
beautiful in fall.
Yeah, obviously several places along the way. Debbie's always wanted to see the leaves in Boston or in the New England area at fall time. So we're going to be doing that. Now I want to take my scissors and cut these noodles up. I want them to be kind of small. So I just go in there and
Kathy Taylor's watching.
Hey, Kathy. I hope y'all are doing well. Did y'all race anywhere this weekend? I didn't see any of the names pop up anywhere. By the way, tomorrow night, I'm going to have a great champ racing show tomorrow night. I got Stanley Hill coming in to co-host. I've got Billy Buffington, who he and Stanley Hill had some tremendous battles back in the 90s. Billy's going to be on the show with us. David Dove is going to be on the show with us. Mitchell Godfrey is going to be on the show. I tell you what, I am so excited. We're going to have such a good time tomorrow night. Skylar Wiley's going to be on the show with us. Herbie Chin's going to be on there, Cornbread. Man, it's just going to be a great night.
Penny Cox is also watching.
Oh, Penny. Hey, Penny. I hope Joey's doing well. Man, y'all got another scare over the weekend. We got to watch old Joey. He's going to have to take it a little bit easier. Who else did you say, sweetie?
Sharon Park.
Sharon Clark.
Park House. Excuse me. Sharon Park.
Oh,
House.
Sharon House. Okay. Yeah. Well, the house is obviously big in the raising world as well. This is shallots. Now, they're not as strong as onions, but we're going to just cut these shallots up. And shallots, you know, it calls for one shallot. Just about every shallot is a double shallot. So I took that to mean 2 shallots. So here's the way they came apart. They were situated side by side. So I'm going to go ahead and cut and do those too with my little trusty machine. You know, we'll have to figure out what kind of appliance we're going to buy while we're out. We always like to, every trip we go, we remember where we were and what we did. So we'll get this little tool is a great one. So the shallots will be going in just a little while. Chicken's doing so well. We're going to leave it about another minute. We just want it golden brown. And after that, we're going,
What's this?
What?
What's this?
That's a white wine. That's
White
cooking
wine.
wine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually cooking wine. We'll be using that in just a little while as well. Now, I think these are ready to go onto a plate. Again, they're going to be going back in just a little while to get a little more done. But as thin as they are, you can bet they're pretty done right now. That was big enough for two servings right there.
Mm-hmm.
No question. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside. And while I do that, I'm going to put these 4 lemon slices in. And I'm going to let them go about a minute. These are going to they're going to look pretty, and that's just what you do whenever you serve chicken picante. You put lemon slices over it.
When does the onion go in?
The onion goes in just a minute. We're getting ready to put some butter in. One of the things about chicken picante is it is a butter caper sauce. So we're going to create a butter caper sauce, almost like a gravy that we'll be making. But they don't call it that. In Italy, they call it a pan sauce. In the country, we call it gravy. Made about the same way, just a little different in the way we make it. So we got those grilled up, and let those go another couple of minutes, and we'll be fine.
What
with
cooking
those.
wine? Jason Wingo wants to know. Chablis?
What is cooking wine?
Mm-hmm. What cooking wine?
What cooking wine?
Chablis?
White cooking wine. Here
Okay.
it is. I'll show it to you. Let me get it out of the cabinet here, and you can see which one I use. Holland House is the one I always use. Holland House white cooking wine. And it's non-alcoholic, but it gives you that taste. So it's perfect for this. You don't have to worry about the alcohol cooking out or anything like that, or the added calories of alcohol. So Holland House is my go-to on all those. All right, so the lemon is coming out. Now, it's time to put in 2 tablespoons of butter. So we do use butter, real live butter in this. So the butter is going in, and the shallots will go in. So we're going to see if we can get all those shallots. And let the shallots and the butter do their thing. And I found this pan is kind of domed, so I kind of work everything to the edge. So let's get the butter going there. That only needs to go just a couple of minutes, and it's ready then for the final.
They're soft now.
Yeah, 1 to 2 minutes is all you need. Now we're going to take 2 tablespoons. Pardon me, sweetheart. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons, and I need to get a tablespoon to do this, of this flour mixture that we used. And I'm going to put that in and create kind of a roux. So we put...
That's arrowroot, though.
Yeah, this is arrowroot flour. And now I've got plenty of chicken broth standing by along with the white wine. So we're going to just let that flour taste get out of it. Even though it's arrowroot, it would have a flour taste just like flour does. So we need to cook it for about a minute, and it's going to get nice and thick and bubbly.
And then pour in your liquid.
And we need to let that go for just a minute or so. All right, now it's time to go ahead and put in the white wine. And now I can turn my heat back up because we want this to sit here and simmer really well for just a few minutes. And the chicken broth. And again, I've got 1.5 cups of chicken broth. So I'm only going to put about a cup in, and then I want to kind of monitor it and see if I need more. So the chicken broth is going in, and it's going to come up to a simmer. And while it's doing that, I want to turn this on because we're going to have some asparagus as a side dish to this tonight. So make sure both those burners are on. I think so. Yes, they are. Okay, so we got that happening. And in the meantime, I want to squeeze the juice of the last half of lemon. Remember, we cut half that lemon in slices. So I want to take the juice of this lemon, and I want to squeeze it in. So we got that taken care of. And let's just work a little bit more on this.
Looking good.
Looking really good. And that's a nice pan sauce. Again, it differs from a gravy. It's a pan sauce. And it just differs from a white gravy because you don't brown the flour like you do in a roux to make gravy. So that is the difference. Now, that's getting pretty thick. I'm going to put the rest of this. It called for 1.5 cups. I didn't put it all in to start with because I wanted to kind of regulate my thickness. But now I've got it all in. So I think we're looking good now. So again, just whisk that around a little bit.
When do the zoodles go in?
You getting ready to see them go in now, sweetie pie?
Oh, right.
Yeah, so now we add the zoodles into the mixture. And this little zoodle thing is kind of cool because it comes off like this. So the zoodles go in. All right, so we got our zoodles in. We're going to add our chicken back in as well over the zoodles. And we're going to put our lemon slices on. There we go. And I want to use that good old juice out of that chicken that came on there.
That looks so good.
Now, also, it's time now for the capers to go in. Remember, I told you 3 tablespoons of capers. So the capers go in, and we'll put the parsley in. Now, the parsley is just going to be rough chopped. By the way, normally Cherie Griffin is always watching our program. Cherie's mom died last night, so we want to send our sympathy out to Cherie and to Rocky and Dina and Abel and that whole family as they go through this time of mourning. So we're going to put some of the parsley all around. And we're going to add 2 more tablespoons of butter just to give it that. Usually when you put the shallots in, you put it in with a good butter sauce. So 2 more tablespoons of butter. Meanwhile, our pan here is getting hot for our asparagus. So I'm just going to do that number. Put the asparagus on there. And I want to salt and pepper those asparaguses. And I want to also put a little bit of olive oil on there. So we got that happening. A little bit of salt. Just sprinkle some salt over it. And a little bit of pepper as well. And so in about 3 or 4 minutes, this is all going to be done and so good. Look at this. Look how good that's looking. You can spoon. Obviously, whenever we get ready to serve it, we'll be spooning some of that sauce over the chicken. And that will help cook that parsley, too, when we do that. Parsley doesn't have to be cooked. Obviously, it's a garnish. But it kind of looks cool whenever it's It's cooked down a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, what a great dish, and we'll have enough of this for tomorrow night. Those chicken breasts from Quality Foods were huge. Make sure you tell them, everybody, when you stop in Quality Foods, tell them how much you like those chicken breasts and how fantastic they were on the cooking show today. I always appreciate that. Make sure you let the folks know at Quality Foods that you appreciate them sponsoring the show, because we do it on their behalf, and we thank them for being a big part of this. I've got some tongs somewhere, sweetie pie. What did I do with them?
I don't know.
Oh, here they are. So our asparagus is starting to sizzle. We just want it to get just a little bit green. It just greens up as it cooks. I had already taken the liberty to cut the ends off these. You cut about 1.5 inches off of all asparagus whenever it comes, because it has that hard woody end on it. So I've already done that. Everything's looking good there. We're about ready to take this out and plate it up. What plate should we use tonight, sweetheart?
I don't know.
Let's use these. Since it's an Italian dish, let's use these pretty Italian. Yeah, little rosy ones that you like so much.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll put some more sauce on there. It's chicken piccante. See all those capers in there? How good they look. Fantastic. And this is going nicely now. We've got some asparagus that's ready to go on the plate. So we'll put some asparagus on there. And we'll put 1 or 2 across like this just to make it pretty. And there you go. It is chicken piccante. And if you'll like it, just like the video. I'll send you the recipe. It's so good. You'll enjoy it. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. See ya.